Hey, what's going on, YouTube? So I'm gonna make a video on a headlight switch replacement right here. Couldn't really find anything. There's only a couple videos, and I watched those, and I already found something that they didn't talk about. So first thing you got to do is pop this bezel out. You could start on this side, but then the other thing, two things that you have to do is your cup holder. So this is a SLT Laramie, so I don't know if yours might have a cup holders. It should, but you got to take this screw off, and there's another screw right there, and then the ashtray, you got to take that screw off and that screw off. So then you pull this out, and this just pulls right out also, and then you just continue wiggling this out. And then there's a power wire back here. I'll be right back. So here's for the power outlet that you got to disconnect, and then also the cigarette lighter. And then, yeah, everything just kind of pops out. You have to just shimmy this thing out in between the steering wheel. All right, the bezel is off. What you should do for sure is pull this lever back and make sure that your steering wheel is all the way down. So it goes pretty low, and then you'll be able to get the bezel up. All right, next you remove these 3 screws. There's one there, there, and there. Just be careful not to pull too hard. Everything should come out fairly easy. If it's hard to come out, then something's caught. So yeah, let me pull this out, and then I'll be back. Right, next is this connector, goes into there. That just, you don't have to twist it or nothing. You just pull that right out. And then this bigger one, it has a tab here that you need to pry open, and on the opposite side. So you use like 2 screwdrivers, flatheads or something, and pull on both of those, and then this big connector should come off. Okay, once you got that big connector off, then the next step is take off this ground right here. Okay, then after you take that negative ground cable, then there is this spring-loaded push button there that you have to push and hold, and then this rod for the knob comes out. So just pull on this rod here and push on that at the same time, and then if it gets kind of stuck, just release that spring pin with your thumb and then push it back in, kind of giving like constant pulling power on this rod, and then it'll come. So now we are on the bench, and now we got to take this faceplate off, this part, so that we can put it on the new one. And the way you do that is this right here is threaded. So you unscrew that. That pulls right off. And that's the old part. And now, just bring the new one. So there's a tab on this right there. And there's a tab right there. So you just have to right there. That's how you line it up. Okay. All right. So I just installed the bezel here for the headlight. So basically, you just take that rod, put it in that hole, and push that spring-loaded pin again. And just push that in until it goes all the way in. You're gonna feel it click, and then release the pin, give it a little tug, make sure it's not coming out, and then yeah, should be ready to install. Just gonna connect those screws right there. There's one there, one there, one there, and remember, one of those is the ground wire. I'll show you which one that is. So I installed the 3 screws. There's 1, 2, and then the ground wire. So the ground wire, I guess, is on the top left, right here. And then go ahead and put in that big plug, make sure it clicks, and then this little plug down here, make sure that clicks. Okay, I plugged in this one and this plug, and then just make sure that it works. So just pull and check your lights. You can't really see mine, but yeah, this is on. See, that's off, on, and then just check your headlights, make sure they both turn on, and then you should be good to reinstall. So start fishing this in there. Slowly kind of push that in. Okay, those are the 3 screws, 1, 2, and 3. It's all nice secured. Now we got to put on the bezel again. There it is. Push back in. Make sure everything clicks. Remember, just don't try to force anything. If it's not going in, line it up again. So remember to plug in the cigarette lighter and the power outlet. And now we got to put on the cup holder, which is the 2 screws, and the ashtray, 2 screws, and then that should. So there are 2 alignment nipples that you've got to push in before you screw it in. Remember to do this. And these alignment nipples is this one and that one right there. So just make sure that those are pushed in correctly. Otherwise, if you try to screw it in, you might break the plastic. There you go. All done.